Let us for a few moments focus our attention on the Divine Spirit and pray for the welfare of the whole humanity. Shanti Shanti Hari Om Tat Sat Om Stapakaya Cha Dharmasya Sarvadharma Swarupine Stapakaya Cha Dharmasya Sarvadharma Swarupine Avatara Varishtaya Ramakrishna Te Namah Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityormamritangamaya Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Let us offer our salutations to Sri Ramakrishna, the embodiment of all religions, the Supreme God incarnate. Let us pray to Him to lead us from unreal to the real, to remove all our ignorance, to make our spiritual path clear, and to make us reach the goal in this very life. Sri Ramakrishna, whenever he talks, only spiritual ideas come out, full of instructions. Every moment of his life, Sri Ramakrishna used for the benefit of humanity. Up to the last day of his life on this earth, Sri Ramakrishna devoted the whole time in guiding the spiritual aspirants. Sri Ramakrishna said, whoever is sincere, whoever has done little effort, will come to me. It's a very significant statement. Anybody, not necessarily a Hindu, anybody. There is an incident, one Christian devotee, his name was Prabhudayal Mishra. He had wonderful spiritual propensities from the childhood. Before he became a Christian, he was a Brahmin. So as usual, the Brahmins have different way of discipline in their homes. So he imbibed all those features in his life. So, that spiritual aspiration was in him in a dormant state. Once the wedding of one of his brothers was arranged, he had two more brothers. There was a big shamiana. Somehow the shamiana gave way and both his brothers died. That was a great turning point to this person. So he renounced then and there, wanted to know the reality, went to a cave and began to practice meditation. He said he began to Quaker sect, Quakers. Well, he himself said to Sri Ramakrishna, he had number of visions, and he saw Lord Jesus in Sri Ramakrishna. When he came and saw him, he was amazed to see Lord Christ in Sri Ramakrishna. So, when he was in that cave practicing meditation, he had number of visions. Once he had a vision where he saw vividly a lake and a high mounted place near it, wherein was seated a yogi. He was very much fascinated to see that yogi. After some time, he got over that vision, but again he wanted to have it. He couldn't get. He tried his best, he wanted to find out who that yogi was. He began to search frantically. But when he came here to see Sri Ramakrishna in Shampakor in Calcutta, he immediately recognized that yogi which he saw in his vision was none other than Sri Ramakrishna here. He was in raptures. What I mean to say here is that if you are little inclined towards spirituality sincerely, Sri Ramakrishna will help you. Sri Ramakrishna is the incarnation of these modern times after Lord Christ. So he said, while talking to the devotees, no spiritual progress is possible without renunciation of lust and gold. If you want to have the experiences of spiritual life, this is the basic foundation that you should be prepared to give up everything for the sake of God. Mind is diseased on account of this lust and greediness. Man is ruined by this. land, lust and wealth. These are the main source of binding the man. Once a person was arguing with Sri Ramakrishna. Again and again he was talking roundabout in so many ways to convince himself that this world is real. Sri Ramakrishna looked at him and said, "Well, why are you arguing so much? Why don't you say in simple words that even now you have the desire to enjoy this sour dish of hagpalam?" The man had the desire to enjoy the worthless pleasures of the world. Go and have it. Why do you argue about it? What's the need for all this vain argumentation? The truth is that if one has attachments, one is afraid to renounce the world. But to hide this attitude and imagine that one can realize God without giving up attachments only indicates one's natural inner weakness. There's a wonderful story in Yoga Vasishtha Ramayana. You see, if you read Gospel of Sri Ramakrishna page to page, in so many ways, he tells you to prepare the mind for spiritual life. Don't become mad after the world, become mad after God. Don't get attached to the world, be attached to God. Well, in so many ways he has told. There was an aspirant. He wanted to live by the side of his guru, the spiritual master who had initiated him into spiritual life. It is very meritorious to be with the Guru and serve him with utmost devotion. That purifies the heart of the disciple easily than anything else. Guru is none other than Brahma, Vishnu, Maheshwara. Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwara, Gurureva Param Brahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namah. He is the spiritual guide. He transmits the power to the disciple in so many ways. So, this particular aspirant considered himself a man of renunciation. He had given up everything except a piece of loin cloth, an asana for doing meditation, and a kamandlu for drinking water. Only these things are with him. Everything else he has given up. So he thought He had renounced everything. But Guru knows what is what and how to guide this fellow. So he asked him, what did he renounce? And remarked, he had renounced nothing. Why the Guru is telling like this? He became thoughtful. I don't have anything except this loin cloth, asan for sitting and water pot. What else do I have? Is it the intention of my Guru that I should give up all these things too? He thought within himself. So, without losing time, he kindled a fire, threw away one by one all those possessions into the fire. Then he concluded he had achieved true renunciation. Then the Guru again looked at him and said, what have you renounced? A piece of cloth? It is made of cotton. Your asan and water pot, they are also made with different materials. All of these materials belong to nature. They don't belong to you, they belong to nature. What have you renounced of your own? Then, see, that is the way of the Guru teaching the aspirant. He doesn't say directly. He wants the aspirant to use his intellect, he gives exercise to his intellect, make him understand, make him develop himself and enjoy the beauty of it. So, again the aspirant became thoughtful. What is this? The Guru is not certifying my renunciation. What else do I have? Yes, I have my own body. Well, I shall sacrifice this body into the fire. Probably that would complete the renunciation. So, he was about to jump into the flames. The Guru found he could do that. Immediately he said, wait a minute, what are you doing? Just reason it out. Does this body belong to you? This body was made by your parents with their blood, and later it grew from the nourishment of food. What has it to do with you? Tell me that. Then the aspirant came to his senses. So gradually, the grace of the Guru began to flow upon this aspirant, the sincere aspirant. Then the aspirant realized that his ego was the root of all evil. Ego. Real renunciation is the renunciation of ego. Renunciation of external things, even one's own body, is not considered to be renunciation at all. Therefore, taking or giving up these pairs of opposites are futile because they are in the domain of Maya. So what? So the essential thing in life is to take refuge in the Divine Spirit. To take refuge. As long as we are in this realm of avidya, the cloud of ignorance is so thick and hard, it's very difficult to have the glimpse of the sunlight. So, take refuge. Pray with one-pointed devotion. Love the devotees of God. Develop taste for His name. That is ekagra bhakti. Ekagra. Full one-pointed devotion to God. And Bhagavat Prem, love of the devotees. Thirdly, Bhagavad Ruchi, the taste for the divine name. You must love the name of God. Then you get everything. The next point Sri Ramakrishna points out, God can be realized, experienced when a person acquires sattva. Sattva gun is important. It's a precondition to have the vision of God. Householders, they devote in philanthropic activities such as charity and so on. Though they begin with that good, noble deeds, from nowhere the motivation comes. They aspire for some recognition. They want their name to be known. They have got a peculiar way of argument. Let my children know my father has done so much good work. Let my grandchildren know that this great grandfather was there, very charitable person like that. Some reason he wants to give somehow. His name should come up, show up there. Sri Ramakrishna warns that's not good. Are you aspiring for spiritual growth? Don't care for such things. Don't care, don't have any motives when you do service to the people, when you help the poor, when you do charities. Don't expect anything. Then you get the maximum merit. That paves the way for spiritual realization. So actions without motives are good. But is it easy to give up motives? It's very difficult. So what's to be done? Alright, engage yourself in good activities. But keep on feeling inward always. Have that feeling, what can I do? God alone is the doer. I am nothing. If you cherish that idea and then engage yourself in activities, then that purifies your heart. Once the purity is attained, then everything is easy. So instead of becoming impatient now and then, why I didn't get any vision? Why it is happening like this? Why? Even if you ask million times why, it remains why. That only shows heart is not purified enough. That's all. There is no confusion here. Let us not impose any importance, self-importance. Don't charge anybody. Charge on yourself. Take corrective measures. Live the life properly. Let it take few more births, doesn't matter. How many births you have already gone through? What of that? What of that? Purification is very important. Without purification, you won't relish the joy of God. To understand it, you practice discipline of purity for at least 1 week, trying to maintain purity in thought, purity in your actions and speech, everything. Tan, man, dhan, in every way. 1 week you try, just 1 week. You feel the glory of it. You feel how true it is. You can have a wide contrast, and nobody need give you any lecture about purity or impurity because you have already known it by practicing at least 1 week. So that should point out to you how it is very important that we should see how we make use of our life in the way it is to be followed. So thus Sri Ramakrishna has given lot of instructions and guidance. Let us try to follow. Let us try to be humble. Let us try to identify ourselves with Sri Ramakrishna's teachings. Let us become part of them. Let us become part of them. Become more and more identified. Become closer and closer to Sri Ramakrishna. Come more and more to the chapel. More and more. Not simply weekends. What speciality is there? Everybody is coming weekend, you are also coming the weekend. What speciality? Tell me. Speciality lies only if you come other days also. Become closer. Because here the glory of Sri Ramakrishna, the manifestation of Sri Ramakrishna is there. Every day he is being worshipped. Every day there is service, morning, evening, regularly. Meditations are done. Prayers are done. Spiritual vibrations are kept intact. If you are maintaining purity, you will feel that. Some people have expressed also. Some people have come to me and expressed, Swamiji, I find remarkably good atmosphere. How could he feel that? Because he is able to come, visit the ashram more frequently. That identification should come. That's what I mean to say. Mind immediately gets attached, Get yourself attached to Sri Ramakrishna. Let all the spiritual ideas go deep into the layers of your heart. Lot of cleaning process is to be done before you experience anything. So with these words I conclude my talk and my comments on the last class. Now I shall begin to read the new. Page 380. It was about 4 o'clock. Rakal and several other devotees were listening to a kirtan by M. in the hut at the Panchavati. Rakal went into a spiritual mood while listening to the devotional song. After a while, the master came to the Panchavati accompanied by Babu Ram and Harish. Other devotees followed. Rakhal said, how well he, referring to M, sang Kirtan for us. He made us all very happy. The Master sang in an ecstatic mood, O friends, how great is my grief to hear you chanting Krishna's name. To the devotees he said, always sing devotional songs. Continuing he said, to love God and live in the company of the devotees, that's all. What more is there? He said again, when Krishna went to Mathura, Yashoda came to Radha, who was absorbed in meditation. Afterwards Radha said to Yashoda, I am the primordial energy. Ask a boon of me. What other boon shall I ask of you? Said Yashoda. Only bless me that I may serve God with my body, mind and tongue, that I may behold His devotees with these eyes, that I may meditate on Him with this mind, and that I may chant His name and glories with this tongue. But those who are firmly established in God may do as well without the devotees. This is true of those who feel the presence of God both within and without. Sometimes they don't enjoy the devotees' company. You don't whitewash a wall inlaid with mother of pearl. The lime won't stick. The Master returned presently from the Panchavati, talking to M. Master said, you have the voice of a woman. Can't you practice a song such as this? Tell me, friend, how far is the grove where Krishna, my beloved, dwells? To M, pointing to Babu Ram, Sri Ramakrishna said, you see, my own people have become strangers. Ramlal and my other relatives seem to be foreigners, and strangers have become my own. Don't you notice how I tell Babu Ram to go and wash his face? The devotees have become relatives. Looking at the Panchavati, Sri Ramakrishna said, I used to sit there. In course of time I became mad. That phase also passed away. Kala, Shiva is Brahman. That which sports with Kala is Kali, the primal energy. Kali moves even the immutable. Saying this, the Master sang, my mind is overwhelmed with wonder, pondering the mother's mystery. Her very name removes the fear of Kala, death himself. Beneath her feet lies Mahakala. Then he said to him, today is Saturday, go to the temple of Kali. Saturday and Tuesday are regarded as auspicious days for the worship of the Divine Mother. As the Master came to the bakul tree, he spoke to M again. Chidatma and Chit Shakti. The Purusha is the Chidatma and Prakriti is Chit Shakti. Shri Krishna is Chidatma and Shri Radha the Chit Shakti. The devotees are so many forms of Chit Shakti. They should think of themselves as companions or handmaids of the Chit Shakti, Sri Radha. This is the whole gist of the thing. After dusk, Sri Ramakrishna went to the Kali temple and was pleased to see M meditating there. The evening worship was over in the temples. The master returned to his room and sat on the couch, absorbed in meditation on the Divine Mother. M sat on the floor. There was no one else in the room. The master was in samadhi. He began to come gradually down to the normal plane. His mind was filled with consciousness of the Divine Mother. In that state he was speaking to her like a small child, importunate demands on his mother. He said in a piteous voice, "Mother, why haven't you revealed to me that form of yours, the form that bewitches the world? I pleaded with you so much for it, but you wouldn't listen to me. You act as you please." The voice in which these words were uttered was very touching. He went on, "Mother, one needs faith. Away with this wretched reasoning. Let it be blighted. One needs faith. Faith in the words of the Guru. Childlike faith." The mother says to her child, "A ghost lives there." And the child is firmly convinced that the ghost is there. Again the mother says to the child, "A bogey man is there." And the child is sure of it. Further the mother says, pointing to a man, "He is your elder brother." And the child believes that the man is 125% his brother. One needs faith. "But why should I blame them, mother? What can they do? It is necessary to go through reasoning once. Didn't you see how much I told him about it the other day?" But it all proved useless. The master was weeping and praying to the mother in a voice choked with emotion. He prayed to her with tearful eyes for the welfare of the devotees. "Mother, may those who come to you have all their desires fulfilled. But please don't make them give up everything at once." "Mother, well, you may do whatever you like in the end. If you keep them in the world, mother, then please reveal yourself to them now and then. Otherwise, how will they live? How will they be encouraged if they don't see you once in a while? But you may do whatever you like in the end." The master was still in the ecstatic mood. Suddenly he said to him, "Look here, you have had enough of reasoning, no more of it. Promise that you won't reason anymore." M with folded hands, "Yes sir, I won't." Master said, "You have had enough of it. When you came to me the first time, I told you your spiritual ideal. I know everything about you, do I not?" M with folded hands answered, "Yes sir." Master said, "Yes, I know everything. What your ideal is, who you are, your inside and outside, the events of your past lives and your future. Do I not?" M answered with folded hands, "Yes sir." Master said, "I scolded you on learning that you had a son. Now go home and live there. Let them know that you belong to them. But you must remember in your heart of hearts that you do not belong to them, nor they to you." M sat in silence. The master went on instructing him. Master said, "You have now learned to fly, but keep your loving relationship with your father. Can't you prostrate yourself before him?" Master with folded hands said, Master Mahashay, M with folded hands answered, "Yes sir, I can." Sri Ramakrishna said, "What more shall I say to you? You know everything, you understand, don't you?" M sat there without uttering a word. Sri Ramakrishna said, "You have understood, haven't you?" Yam answered, "Yes, sir, I now understand a little." Sri Ramakrishna said, No, you understand a great deal. Rakhal's father is pleased about his staying here." Yam remained with folded hands. Sri Ramakrishna said, "Yes, what you are thinking will also come to pass." Sri Ramakrishna now came down to the normal state of mind. Rakhal and Ramlal entered the room. At the master's bidding, Ramlal sang, "Who is the woman yonder who lights the field of battle? Darker her body gleams even than the darkest storm cloud, and from her teeth there flash the lightning's blinding flames." He sang again, "Who is this terrible woman, dark as the sky at midnight? Who is this woman dancing over the field of battle?" Master said, "The Divine Mother and the Earthly Mother. It is the Divine Mother who exists in the form of the universe and pervades everything as consciousness. The Earthly Mother gives birth to this body. I used to go into Samadhi uttering the word Ma. While repeating the word, I would draw the Mother of the universe to me, as it were, like the fishermen casting their net, and after a while drawing it in. When they draw in the net, they find big fish inside it. Gauri once said that one attains true knowledge when one realizes the identity of Kali and Gauranga. An uncompromising hostility exists between the devotees of Kali and the devotees of Gauranga. That which is Brahman is also Shakti Kali. It is that again which, assuming the human form, has become Gauranga." At the Master's request, Ramlal sang again, this time about Gauranga. Master said to him, "The Nitya and the Leela are the two aspects of the reality God placed in the world as man for the sake of his devotees. They can love God only if they see him in human form. Only then can they show their affection for him as their brother, sister, father, mother, or child. It is just for this love of the devotees that God contracts himself into a human form and descends on earth to play his Leela." That completes this chapter 18. Next week we shall start chapter 19. Now, question answer session begins. All of you are free to ask any question that you have. To take refuge means that's the only way to keep your ego under proper control. Otherwise you feel you are too important, and that creates problem. So if you take refuge, you are reducing yourself to complete zero, so that God's power can manifest fully in that state. So, to take complete refuge in God is also not so easy as it seems. Visions come only to show you or to encourage in your spiritual path, so that you may feel inspired to go further. That's all the purpose of it. And as it stands, you can be satisfied only when you become totally desireless. So how to become fully desireless? That state is possible only when your mind gets completely dissolved. Then only there is no chance for any display of the ego at all anymore. They become one with the Atman, the consciousness. In fact, Sri Ramakrishna tells in the Gospel that in the final analysis, you find everything is Atman. Everything is Atman. So in that state, there is no duality. So you are immensely pleased and satisfied only when you have that final experience. But on the way to have that final experience, you will have these other types of experiences to guide you in a different way, that's all. No, to maintain purity of thought means to engage yourself in good activities. For example, you are reading a book, Atma Vichar, Atma Bodha, Ramana Gita. Suppose you are reading, so your mind is fully occupied for about half an hour or so. That means that half an hour time was so valuable. Suppose you had not engaged yourself in that reading, probably it would have begun to think all sorts of things which are not useful for your spiritual growth. So that is the way of maintaining purity. To maintain purity, positive methods you have to adopt. Coming, doing meditation, struggling yourself and trying to imprint in the mind the spiritual ideas more and more, again and again, again and again. That's the way. So, when the mind, how to understand your mind has attained sufficient purity when you feel joy in meditation. You sit for, even if you sit for 1 hour, half an hour, you feel immense joy, immense peacefulness. That is the indication of purity. Where there is purity, there must be joy, there must be peacefulness. That's why you find Mahatmas so peaceful to look. Because of the purity, power of purity is like that. That's what meant. That's what is the meaning of making the mind silent? That is, the mind should be freed from thoughts. It should be freed from thoughts. So how to do that? You have to replace the existing thoughts by parallel thoughts. Afterwards, you must give up them also. That's the way. Otherwise, mind by itself will not do. Even though you want, you like it, it keeps on coming up in your mind. Again and again they come up. When you sit for meditation, all sorts of thoughts come which you are not even aware of. So many things come. Why do they come? So to counteract that, you must introduce parallel things to counteract them. Because at the moment we are not strong enough to fight the thought current that is not helpful to us in our spiritual way. So you have to fight out them, you have to clear the way, then only you can go along the way. You may like to keep your mind silent, but mind will not be silent. How do you do that? That's the point. Quite all right. That's also one of the methods. Jnana Marga is also one of the methods. But other methods also are available. That's all what I can say. Any more? Anything? Any other question? No. Only hearing. That's it. Oh, it is just to understand that first of all, harmony of religions, and secondly, they are all incarnations of the same God. Lord Christ, Lord Buddha, they are all one and the same. So, we practice what we talk about. So we have kept them. We have got highest respect for Buddha, highest respect for Lord Christ, highest respect for all incarnations, past, present and future. That's all. All the teachings have got immense spiritual value. You must know how to harmonize them. Then you can live peacefully wherever you are, whatever path you may follow. That's the idea. Yeah. Any more? Reasoning is all right up to a certain point. Reasoning, if it leads to a dry argumentation, that kind of reasoning is no good. That's what is meant. Reasoning in a methodical way, in a way to understand is all right. But if the reasoning is applied which make you more and more dogmatic or fanatical, that kind of reasoning is useless. That's all what is meant by tarka. It's called tarka, vitarka, vitandavada. Swami Vivekananda, see, you must know, Swami Vivekananda is considered distinct from others. First of all, Sri Ramakrishna himself has referred to him earlier that he had brought him to carry out his mission in this world. That means he has got a special purpose. So, he has come with that frame of mind. We should not equate ourselves with Vivekananda's mind, and we should not imitate Vivekananda. And Sri Ramakrishna has dealt with different types of people, different types of minds, and accordingly he has given instructions to all varieties of people, backed by his own experience on various things. So he could satisfy anybody, everybody belonging to any religion, any sect. He had the capacity to lead them in their own way. So, he appreciated when Swami Vivekananda argued in the beginning, but at the same time he warned him also not to become associated more and more with Hazra, who was simply arguing. There is no coordination between what he talks and what he does. So, don't engage yourself in his association anymore. So, that's all what he wanted to say, and he accordingly led him in the path of knowledge and Jnana Marg, how things are to be analyzed and sorted out and organized. That's all. And as I said, every path has got its own advantages, disadvantages, both are there. Every path is difficult in its own way. No path is easy. That's all I can say. So Swami Vivekananda, though he followed meditation and followed vichara, he was a very good yogi. You read his Bhakti Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Karma Yoga, all the yogas he was adept. When it speaks about bhakti, he speaks bhakti's par excellence. When he speaks of karma, there is nothing equal to karma. So like that. So he is a master mind. So he could dwell on any subject in any way. So according to your temperament, you have to choose the ways of approach. That's all. Any more? No, it depends upon the what type of guru. First of all, you must know whether the guru is illumined. See, there are so many types of gurus are there. And suppose if a person who is not illumined, suppose he tells something and if you follow it, you will be in trouble. So you have to accept those who are well recognized or well established in their spirituality and who are illumined persons. So that's the way. And Sri Ramakrishna tells that also. If you have got tremendous faith, whatever the Guru says, even if Guru is not illumined, if you have that tremendous faith, you just follow it, you will have it. It depends upon the power of faith. That's all. Nothing else. See, sadhana, in this sadhana, if you maintain a dual relationship, Guru separate, you are separate, then all these things will come. If you merge yourself, if you merge everything, Guru, everything in your chosen deity, then it becomes one without any problem. It all depends upon what approach you have and what manner you want to go. But you can't have, sometimes you will take some teachings of Guru, sometimes you reject. That will not help. If you have to take everything whatever it tells, one by one. Or follow yourself. That's how I feel. As far as I understand, there's a way of reconciling things. Guru might have told so many things to so many people. But what is for me, that you have to concentrate and think that and adopt it yourself. Just as Sri Ramakrishna has told many things to many people. And if you take all those things, you may get confused. Why Sri Ramakrishna said like that, here he said like this. If you tell like that. So according to your suitability and temperament, you have to take the teachings of the masters. That is true, but in case of incarnations, Sri Ramakrishna himself has said, ordinarily speaking, those who get into the Nirvikalpa Samadhi, they won't return back. But in the case of incarnations, they come back because they have got a mission to fulfill. They have that experience and they can come back. But when they come back, they can come with a refined mind, and because they are not like people who are caught by the Maya. So though they come under the veil of Trigunas, yet they are separate from the Trigunas. Any moment they want, they can separate themselves from the Trigunas. But one point Shankaracharya has said very clearly, Jivan Mukti. So when you have that experience of liberation, even when you are alive, then you don't care whether you are living in this body, whether you are here, whether you are there, you are not bothered about it at all anymore. But Shankaracharya has said like that. And we shall stop at this. Chant the name of the Lord and His glory unceasingly, that the mirror of the heart may be wiped clean, and quench that mighty forest fire, worldly lust, raging furiously within. O name streamed down in moonlight on the lotus heart, opening its cup to knowledge of thyself, O self, drowned deep in the waves of His bliss, tasting His nectar at every step, bathing in His name, that bath for weary souls. Various are Thy names, O Lord, in each and every name Thy power resides. No times are set, no rites are needful for chanting of Thy name. So vast is Thy mercy, how huge then is my wretchedness, who find in this empty life and heart no devotion to Thy name. O my mind, be humbler than a blade of grass, be patient and forbearing like a tree, take no honor to thyself, give honor to all, chant unceasingly the name of the Lord. O Lord and soul of the universe, mine is no prayer for wealth or retinue, the playthings of lust or the toys of fame. As many times as I may be reborn, grant me, O Lord, a steadfast love for Thee. A drowning man in this world's fearful ocean is Thy servant, O sweet one. In Thy mercy consider him as dust beneath Thy feet. O how I long for the day when an instant's separation from Thee, O Lord, will be as 1,000 years, when my heart burns away with its desire, and the world without Thee is a heartless void. Prostrate at Thy feet let me be, in unwavering devotion, neither imploring the embrace of Thine arms, nor bewailing the withdrawal of Thy presence, though tears my soul asunder. O Thou who steerest the hearts of Thy devotees, do with me what Thou wilt, for Thou art my heart's beloved, Thou and Thou alone. O Lord, lead us from the unreal to the real, lead us from darkness to light, and lead us from death to immortality. May all be free from dangers, may all realize what is good, may all be actuated by noble thoughts, may all rejoice everywhere. May all be happy, may all be free from disease, may all realize what is good, may none be subject to misery. May the wicked become virtuous. May the virtuous attain tranquility. May the tranquil be free from bonds. May the freed make others free. May good betide all people. May the sovereign righteously rule the earth. May all beings ever attain what is good. May the worlds be prosperous and happy. May the clouds pour rain in time. May the earth be blessed with crops. May all countries be freed from calamity. May holy men live without fear. May the Lord, the destroyer of sins, the presiding deity of all sacred works, be satisfied. For he being pleased, the whole universe becomes pleased. He being satisfied, the whole universe feels satisfied.